Week, we are entering a really wild energy transition. If you are watching this at the beginning of the week of April 6th, Monday, April 6th, we just crossed over the full moon in Libra, and Libra normally feels really sweet and beautiful and light. And I don't know about you, but that full moon really like knocked my socks off, I guess, in a way that had me really connecting to the depths of my soul. And I believe that that's because she was at 12 degrees, which is the Piscean degree, which is the deepest emotional current of either connection of, and then you have Libra, which is about love, which is about the heart, and it is the ruler of the seventh house in your birth chart. This is relationships. It is one-on-one connections. So if I haven't heard from you yet about your full moon experience and what it was like in the like relationship part of your life last week, definitely let me know in the comments below. I want to know how that energy came up for you. For me, it felt like a real, like deep sort of reconnection to the first time that Saturn and Neptune dipped into Aries in 2025. So I wrote down that date, and you can definitely check in your phone to see what was going on for you. In 2025, from March of 2025, so literally a full year ago, all the way to October, because you got to see these full moons as like layers of the bigger picture. I'm going to share the screen and just explain what I'm talking about here. So that full moon in Libra was opposing this planetary amalgamation of energy in Aries. Anytime we have a full moon, it's the sun opposing the moon, and that's what makes the moon glow so brightly, and that's what pulls the emotion to the surface and has us really like tapping into our feels. So this full moon was the prerequisite of emotional understanding of our experience in relationship as a mirror of our relationship with our own self. Libra is the other. It's your either romantic relationships, your best friends, the people that you work with, anyone that you talk to one to one, anyone that you're alone with, having a one-on-one conversation or a connection or some sort of exploration, that's your Libra vibes. It's the other, how you relate to the other. Aries is yourself, how you connect to yourself. Now, I've got this perception coming through for me that this full moon was here. Wow, I'm so close to the screen. I hope you're enjoying that. That this full moon was here to teach us about where we are evolving in terms of our relationships and the deeper understanding of the people that we choose to be in relationship with in our lives and who feels really aligned and what feels really aligned and right for you and what doesn't feel really aligned and right for you. So sometimes it looks like you're in a romantic relationship and you know in your heart of hearts that something is off, but you're afraid to speak to it for whatever reason, right? And so that can be like, okay, I'm afraid to hurt the other person. I'm afraid to speak my truth. And now we have the Libran energy of relationship not going through its full expression of truth of self, Aries. It could also look like maybe you're really in love with someone and you're afraid to speak to it, and so you don't. And you just don't tell them and you just crush on them forever because you don't know what will happen if you cross the line of your truth. Libra Aries axis, which we're going to continue to explore. We're going to go deep into it in all of April, like, and for many years to come, as we have Neptune in Aries, we're learning how do we be our authentic selves? How do we tell our truth? And maybe that's I set some boundaries and I'm honest. Hey, guess what? I don't like when you say that. Hey, guess what? I don't like you the way that you like me, as a random example. It is how do you express your truth? Aries, how are you authentic? How are you honest in your relationships? Libra, sometimes that means that you speak to things that are hard to speak to. The highest expression of Libra is being able to speak to what feels unspeakable, to what feels like it's so hard to talk about, to open, to share. And I believe that on this last week, we had like a portal opening of Libra heart energy. Your heart is Venus. Venus is one of well, Libra is one of the Venusian energies. The other is Taurus. We're going to enter Taurus season in a little bit. So we're getting this heart connection. The heart is awakening. I hope your heart is awakening because if your heart is not awakening during this time and you are in your head, then the egoic expression of Aries is going to be that you are pissed, frustrated, you are overwhelmed, you are angry, or you are just like so burnt out. You're just giving so much energy. You're doing so much, but out of alignment. So the medicine, the real deep medicine of the Aries Libra axis, which is Aries is Mars, Libra is Venus. So this is the Martian, that like warrior, do, go, 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 fire energy. And the Venusian, rest, receptivity, get into the heart, open my heart, allow myself to receive more. And we're learning in this time, how do we balance this energy of the doing and the going with the resting and the receiving? And this is going to be a theme that will continue, especially as Venus shifts into Taurus and stays there until all the way till the end of April, till April 23rd. And Mars goes into Aries. I'm going to go deeper into that and I'm going to show the screen again. But I want you to think about how you are balancing these masculine and feminine energies inside of yourself. And also think about your experience of your heart and how you relate to others. I put up a post about forgiveness and compassion on this last Libra full moon with the 12-degree sign. 12-degree energy is Pisces, right? And Pisces, the highest expression is compassion, forgiveness. It's oneness. You can't have oneness and be separate. You cannot have oneness and be judging somebody. You cannot have oneness and be judging yourself or feel like you're not enough for some reason. And so much of this energy that we're learning about as we transition deeper into the Aries, like in order to have healthy Aries, you have to journey through Piscean realms, which we have been doing for the past 2.5 years with the North Node in Pisces. So we've been asked to kind of open the heart and get to a higher place of oneness, which means that we're not judging, that we're not comparing, that we're not separating ourselves from other people, and that we learn how to let people be themselves, go through their own journey, do their own thing, and we allow that to happen without getting lost in it, without drowning in it, or feeling like we have to save them. The higher frequencies of compassion is allowing. And allowing means I can soften into what's real and true for me and accept my life without needing to change anybody else or fix anybody else or contort myself. This is Aries Libra into fitting in anyone else's box or anyone else's perception of who I should be. These are the times of if someone doesn't value you, you don't contort to be valued. You let them go and you let them have their perception and you move forward. And the more that you do that and you trust the process of who you are and your truth and standing strong and having your tall backbone and really feeling into your power, the less you need to people please, the less you need to shift, to change, to chameleon. These are Piscean things where you kind of change and adjust to keep the peace, to keep the harmony. That's a Libra thing, so that other people aren't uncomfortable. Aries asks you to be your full self and understand that that might mean that your life will look different when you're yourself. When you choose you and you're honest, absolutely your life will change. And I know that that's really scary. I know that's a scary thing because girl, I've been it. I've been done doing it. It's so scary to be really honest with yourself about what it is that you want, what it is that you value, and to be choosing you so much that you really become like the hero of your life and you understand that like no one's here to save you. You're here to live the life that's aligned and true for you, and it's not going to look like anyone else. This is all what I'm talking about. If you're thinking like, yo, she's on a rant, I'm talking about the transition out of Piscean wounded energies and Libran wounded energies into grounded embodied Aries. Now, what Aries is not when it's grounded and embodied is like mean or cruel. So none of what I'm sharing is like be mean, be a jerk, hurt people's feelings. Like that's not what I'm talking about. You want to do it through the gates of truth. You want to do it honest. You want to do it kind. And you want to ask yourself, like, is this the right time? Is this the appropriate time to share this thing I feel with a little bit of tempering of the fires of Aries? Out of balance, Aries is just frustrated, irritated, reactive. Wow, I'm gonna eat your face off. Like I'm gonna just like turn red and lose it. That's a totally out of balance, egoic energy, or so competitive that you are losing the joy of life because you're so attached to success or you're so attached to being better than others or being in competition. That's Aries out of balance. So I'm going to open the chart and go back in for a moment. So this is the ninth, middle of the week. The reason I'm pulling up the middle of the week is that on April 9th, Mars, the planet of that is the ruler of Aries, goes into Aries. So Mars is the warrior planet. It is the action. It is the energy planet, and it rules Aries. So now Mars is at home in Aries. And this is a really big deal because when any planet enters its home sign, it is going to feel like it is so in its perfect place. There's nothing stopping it. There's no hindrances. And the energy will be a little bit faster. Aries is I want to take action in my life. So you need to know, what are you taking action on? What is it that you are creating? Because if you don't have something to take action on, you don't have something to work towards, I think that this energy can actually go like self-destructive. Okay, the reason is because if you don't have something you're working on, like you don't have a purpose to work towards, or even if you're like just doing something so simple as starting to change your morning routine, adding in meditation, and you're working towards that. You're aware. You just want to be aware of, what is my intention? What am I working towards? While Mars is in Aries, if you're not having something to work towards, then the energy gets a little bit chaotic and a little bit combusty. Be aware when, if there's a time in the next month where you're just getting like irritated and frustrated with yourself or others, and redirect your focus to a specific goal, something that is an intention for you that's important. Because Mars in Aries works really powerfully. You could really get a lot of shit done, girl, or human. You could get so much done during this time with Mars and Aries. This is really great, great energy when you know how to use it and when you have an intention. If you don't have an intention, things are going to get a little bit funky. So you might want to go back to any intentions you set on the new moon 2 weeks ago, or set some new intentions right now. Write down, like, what are my 10 intentions for the next 4 weeks or the next 2 weeks until the next new moon? Like, what do I want to create? What do I want to bring into my world? What is important that I am using my energy for? And you might have more energy that wants to be worked off as well. Like maybe you need more walking in your day so you have a better sleep in the nighttime. Maybe you need more like cardiovascular activity, more music. I know for me, I have just stumbled upon like the whole YouTube coffee DJ sets, and I just like listen to an hour of coffee DJ sets and dance around my house because I have like some energy that wants to get burnt off. And when I feel like I have put enough energy into the projects I'm working on, and I still have some whatever stuff in there, I got to move it through my body. Now, the support of this time is that Venus, which is the planet of your values, is in Taurus, and Venus is also at home in Taurus because Venus rules Taurus, and Libra. So we have Mars at home in Aries and we have Venus at home in Taurus. Oh my God, this is so splendiferous. Like, this is so juicy, magical, balanced frequencies of yin and yang, of the masculine, feminine concept, of the solar, lunar, Mars, Venus. This is like a really beautiful balance. And if you, again, I know I've said this 87 times, but I'm just going to say it one more time. Take out your magic wand and write down either what it is that you want to get done, what your goals are for the month, or what your intentions are, what you're working on within yourself. Because if you don't have something, if you're not working on the modules, you could definitely get a little bit lost in the sauce, lost in the chaos sauce, because Aries can get a little bit wild. It could be a wildfire when it's too much. So look at this. We have Aries 0 degrees. We have Neptune at 2 degrees. So that is a conjunction, right? They're super close together. Not perfect, but so close. This is on the 9th. Then we have Saturn at 6 degrees. So we have this beautiful stellium with Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. This is about taking action. Again, taking action on what it is that you have an intention for in this time. Venus is your values, so you're connected to what you want. You're connected to your heart. You're connected to like those um, heart desires. Now I have a lot to say on heart desires, but I'm going to keep it moving forward. Talk about that another time, but I will be talking about it because your soul resides in your heart. And if you're pushing your heart's desires down, this will be a hard time. Because if you're out of the heart and you're not connecting to your heart, you're not getting into that coherent heart, then you're going to be in your head. Aries rules the head, the brain. You don't want to be hot-headed. This is not a time to get out of balance hot-headed. You want to be grounding your body and getting into your heart. So we have Mars, Neptune, Saturn, Sun, and Chiron all in Aries. Next to follow is Mercury. We are going to have in April one, two, three, four, five planets and an asteroid Chiron all hanging out in the sign of Aries. And this is a lot of fire. It is a lot of heat. It is a lot of, it can be a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. And you will be really, really called to ground and be in your body. Be ground and be in your body and stay like balanced in your fire. That might mean that you're like rushing around, sort of chicken with the head cut off vibes. We don't want that for you. We want Taurus and Venus right now, Venus and Taurus, slow, steady at your own pace, lit up by the stellium in Aries, the warrior for your heart's desires and your intentions. And I'm also getting something about self-expression because Venus and Taurus rules your throat. So we're working heart, Venus, Taurus, throat, Aries, head. We're moving the energy from the heart up the throat, out of the mouth, into the world. So this is a time where the universe is going to celebrate you for taking action on what feels authentic and true and right for you. And you're the only one who knows what that is. Nobody else decides it for you. When we're working with Aries, we're working with the self. We're finding autonomy. Saturn is personal responsibility, where you're not asking permission. You're not looking, there's nothing wrong with getting support. In fact, this is a great time to sign up for support. It's a great time to go into your birth chart. It's a great time to learn about yourself. Aries is the self, right? Self-discovery. But we're going towards trusting what calls to us. So just ask yourself, what am I being called to do right now? What does my heart desire? What is my heart calling me to take action on? Because it's part of my mission on earth. Even if you don't even really understand what your mission on earth is, trust the next step that your heart is calling you to do. What is your heart calling you to do? And as we move through this month and we lean into this courageous part of ourselves, this Aries warrior for authenticity, for our real true selves. Full circle moment coming on here with the hair. This authenticity of your truth and just like showing up for yourself, and this like inner knowing, trusting your instincts. As we move into this month, we will have almost everything in Aries. So stay grounded and don't let the astrology that you're going to hear on Instagram and TikTok and Reels, don't let it rush you. Don't let it freak you out. This is your life. You choose the pace of it. Don't feel rushed. Let yourself go at your soul pace. That's why Venus is in Taurus. Soul pace, the turtle. Slow and steady, nervous system regulated. If you want to go fast and win a race, do it, but only if it's because what your heart calls you to do. On April 9th, Mars into Aries. On April 17th, we have the new moon in Aries. Oh my goodness. Then we're going to have the moon in Aries too. We're going to have like 8 planets in Aries mid-month. And then on the 25th, we have Uranus shifting into Gemini, and that is going to be huge. This is like really, really big news. I'll talk so much more about it as we get closer. It's not until the end of the month. But everything is changing and shifting, and the frequencies are getting higher. And if you really believe in yourself and you really commit to your heart, you can go so far. You can go so far during this time. Trust yourself and believe in yourself and follow your heart, because your heart is going to guide you in the right direction. There's this thing about Aries and like forward movement where sometimes we don't take action because we're afraid we're going to mess it up. We're afraid we're going to fail. We're afraid we're going to like not make it, not be good enough. And Aries says, if you don't attempt it, then you fail. That's the fail. If you don't attempt the thing, if you don't even try once, now you failed. If you try, if you attempt it and you work at it and it doesn't work out, then you learned a lesson. You won't mess that up again. You won't make the same mistake again. And in order to get to the next place, we got to take some risks. That's what Aries is all about. It's just like courageous and instinctual and doing things that we haven't done before. And as we get towards Uranus into Gemini, now we are called to go even more into doing things differently than we've ever done before. So, green flags all around you to take some action, whatever it looks like that is aligned for you. Green flags all around you. Thank you so much for being here with me. I am so grateful for you. I absolutely adore that you have stayed all the way to the end. I adore you. I adore you for showing up. Currently, I have only 2 spaces left for the Heart and Spirit retreat in Nicaragua. This is going to be a retreat where you are going to learn how to get aligned with the quantum field. So we're going to go into the heart. We're going to get really, we're basically going to go into like the nothingness. So there is like you don't need to know how to meditate, but you will absolutely be going into your heart. You will absolutely be meditating, doing Kundalini yoga, playing in the waves, listening to the very loud howler monkeys, watching baby sea turtle release, fingers crossed, and seeing a beautiful full moon because it will be on the Sagittarius full moon. It is in May. I'll put all the details below. We also are open for enrollment in Abracadabra Astrology right now. And we have spots filling very fast. So much alignment is coming in for the aligned perfect humans. So if that is you and you know you want to learn about yourself, go on a deep self-discovery journey, and embody the confidence, embody the highest frequency, embody the highest love that is your heart's truth in your life through the lens of your personal birth chart. I will put a link below for that for you to hop on a call with yours truly and see if it will be aligned with you. Thank you so much. Mwah. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, and I will see you on the other side. Happy new upcoming next week, new moon. That's the other side that I will see you on. Okay, bye.